Alright, so what's up YouTube? It's your girl Jika K and I'm back with another video. Oh, I be having so much anxiety, y'all, when I be making these videos because it's been a long time coming. It's been a very, very long time coming. But without further ado, let's just get right into the video. All my life, people have always tried to humble me. People have always tried to humble me my entire life. And I used to think like maybe I was just like tripping, or maybe I was just like super emotional. And that's why I was always, peeping, everything, because this ain't just hit me as I got older. A lot of this stuff, I can remember it like being young and feeling like this and people acting a certain way towards me. People have always tried to humble me my entire life. And I don't know why. Like, I don't understand. Like, what was it about me? And not tooting my own horn, like not trying to make this seem like I'm like a celebrity or anything like that, or I'm some big person and people need to bow down to me. Not on that level, y'all. But I'm serious. All my life, people have always tried to humble me. They have always tried to make me feel so small. And I'm going to be real with you. Coming up, it worked. They made me feel so small. People made me feel so small coming up, y'all. Like, I'm talking about my peers at school, sometimes friends, family members. Just, I've always been humbled by others, and it always stuck with me, and it always made me so sad because I wanted so bad just to belong, just to fit. And the crazy part is about this the crazy part about this in this video is some of this stuff that I'm about to mention, if I ever brought it up to certain people, they wouldn't even remember. But that's okay. It's okay that they choose not to remember this, because this is my reality. Like, I will not forget the things that hurt me the most. Like, I won't forget that. I won't forget some of the stuff that people did to me. And to be honest, a lot of this stuff was done to me by family. Family. It was done by family. And that's why it hurt so bad back then. But if y'all don't already know the vibe of this video, you know now. People have always tried to humble me my entire life. And that's just, it's funny to me now because I know exactly what's going on. I know exactly what they seen in me, and so it makes sense now. But back then, it didn't. It didn't make no sense. I couldn't understand why these people picked on me. I couldn't understand why these people talked about me. I couldn't understand why these people laughed at me, why they taunted me, why they made life so miserable for me. I couldn't understand that when I was younger. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what the Lord had placed on the inside of me. I couldn't see what they saw. But they did. And that's why they did the things that they did to me. I can remember like being younger, me and my cousin. My cousin was smaller than me. I've always been a plus size female my entire life. I've always been a big girl my entire life. So I had this cousin, me and her, we were around the same age, same grade. And they would always call me and her the number 10. She was the number 1 because she was skinny. And of course, I was the number 0 because I was fat. I was round. And so I had this cousin. He made sure every time we came around, every family event, he made it his business to throw some kind of jab at me. And every time it always worked. I always reacted. I always cried because I'm a child. I'm a little girl and I don't understand what's going on. But he made it his business every family function to throw in some kind of jab. And the number 10 was his favorite one to always run on me. And it always worked. It was something that he always did that got up under my skin. And I always remember, like, after running outside and crying and sitting by myself, sitting alone, you know, my mama would come out and check on me and she would be like, you know, baby, don't let them get up on your skin, you know, doing what a mama would do, you know, comforting her daughter or whatever. But at the same time, you know, this is her family. You know, but she always, you know, came and comfort me the best that she could, you know, through the situation and stuff like that. I can't say my mama cared and she tried. And now that I'm older, I understand, you know, fully, like, you know, where she was at in the situation, you know, and stuff like that. Because of course, after everything happened, we never like went home. The night just kind of continued and I would just kind of try to move through the night or the day or whatever time it was through the family function the best way I could until it was time to go. But this cousin of mine would always make a joke about me. And I can remember like going off and crying and thinking to myself like, all these freaking kids around here, bro. I'm not the only one. And you picking on me and I ain't did nothing to you. You know, there was a visible difference between me and others. Coming up, I was a very animated girl. I still am to this day. Like, I was so full of life back then. I was so like I was a character for real. Like I had overly personality. And I felt like that bothered some people. I don't know why, but I feel like it bothered, you know, some people because, like I said, that cousin would always make jokes towards me. He never bothered no one else, just me. He never bothered my cousin. He never bothered my other cousin. He never bothered no one but me. And I always felt like it was because I was fat. Maybe it was just a little bit because I was fat or whatever. But this was always strange to me because I'm a young ass girl, and excuse me, y'all, but I'm a young ass girl, and this old ass teenager is picking on me. And he was not the only person. I had a lot of big cousins that would tease me, and these people are way older than me. Like, these people were like in high school type stuff, and I'm just barely in elementary. You know, it was that big of an age gap. Always making jokes, you know, about me. And then I had this one cousin, like, every time he would see me, it was like he would hurt me, like, physically. Like, I can remember, you know, some people like, you wouldn't even remember this stuff, but I can remember this. I'm not crazy. Like, our church would, like, take us, like, on trips and stuff like that, and we would go places like Wild Adventures and stuff like that, and we would be on the van. Like, I remember this, like, I remember it so vividly now, and I wouldn't just make this up, but this particular cousin would hurt me, like, physically hurt me, sitting on the van, and, like, he would do, like, crazy things, like, okay, you know the back of your ankle, like that part that's on the back of your ankle, he would like literally like press it in like so hard, like pushing it in, and I would be like, just squirming because like it hurt it, like type stuff. Like, I remember this, and I remember one time I had to think, I was like, is this just something you made up, this, that, and the third? Because I really had to really assess this, but I remember this stuff, y'all. Like, I remember this stuff. I put this on my daughter. I remember this. Like, he would physically, like, do stuff to harm me. He would pinch me. Like, stuff like that. And it just, coming up, and now that I'm older, I'm just like, I went through a lot. I went through a lot. And I'm going to be real. This video is, like, real raw. And I don't really know if it's gonna be emotional for real. But I also remember being. I paused this part because honestly, I don't think that I'm ready to actually like go into full detail. But all I will say is I can remember that this particular cousin would make me touch him in certain spots. By this particular cousin, not the cousin that made fun of me and jokes and stuff like that. Not him, but this other cousin. And for so long, I tried to push it in the back of my head because I knew that it was wrong, and I knew that I can never tell family this. And the crazy part is, like, now that I'm older, who can I tell? But back then I didn't know. It brings back a lot of memories, and I'm realizing, like, at a young age, certain things were taken away from me. Now, luckily, I never went to second base. Thank you, Lord God, for protecting me through that. And then in the same setting or next day or being together, I'm being picked at by him with my other cousin. They're both, picking at me, cracking jokes, calling me fat and stuff like that. So that was just like one of the many ways that people have tried to humble me by like picking on me and trying to dim my light and, just doing weird things, to me, and of course with me being young, I didn't really understand, but realized that it would affect me like this until I got older. And now that I'm remembering, and I can remember it, like I remember remembering it like coming up and, as I got older, but I just kind of pushed it in the back of my head because I mean, like, I'm not supposed to, say stuff like that. I'm not supposed to talk about that, so, and I didn't want nobody to get in trouble. And to this day, I still don't. I've gone through too much stuff in my life for people to try to like step on me or just try to make me seem like I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm ready to go to war now because I understand fully what people have been trying to do to me. They've been trying to dim my light. They've been trying to humble me. And then like even like uncles and aunts, man, grown people have been doing stuff to me for years to try to humble me, like speaking to me any and every kind of way, like just speaking real wild to me, like. And I remember being young and thinking to myself, like, do folks not see this? Like, these folks really got me fucked up. Like it was really to that point because I can remember every time these family functions, it never failed. Somehow I always went home upset. Somehow I was always the one to cry every function. And it was because I was an easy target. I was an easy target. I don't know what, I guess it's true that people can see a light on you that you can't see. I was a target for these people. These people were not satisfied until I was crying, until I was down, until I was humble. And I just remember thinking, like, why do these people keep doing this to me? Why does every time I come over here, this happens? Why does every time there's a big crowd, I'm always the one to leave crying? Why does this always happen? Why? I even had an uncle that used to talk to me wild. Used to crack jokes about me being fat. Used to even be saying this stuff around my mama. And I'm not saying that she didn't protect me, but it's kind of like, family, everybody's cracking jokes, and stuff like that, this, that, and the third. But as a child, this stuff hit me hard. It really touched me, like, for real. But she would always be like, leave my baby alone. My baby hungry. I'm going to make sure she eat. That's how my mama was. She was always on my side, but it wasn't deep to her, but it was deep to me because it ended up damaging my spirit and my confidence at a young age. But that's how I learned to have confidence at a young age, because I was being torn down by family. So I had to find a way to build myself up because of that stuff. Like, no grown man had no business commenting on my weight ever. No grown man had no business comparing me and my other cousin ever. I always felt like, because I was so alive and so full of life, I always felt like I was the bad person because my cousin, she was quiet. she was quiet. She was a quiet girl. And I remember sometimes I'm just like, I used to go home and be like, why can't I be like her? Like, why can't I calm down? Why can't I, tone down, and stuff like that. Like, I wanted to be like her so that I could be liked by the family. I felt like if I was quiet like her, I wouldn't be a target. But that was not the cards that I was dealt. Like, I wasn't quiet. I was so full of life. Like, there was a big difference between me and my cousin. And they made sure I knew that difference too. I always felt like they treated her better. They did. They always picked on me and made jokes. And then my auntie, she would, just the way that she would talk to me, simple questions, like the way that she would just kind of like snap on me. I used to be thinking to myself, like, I didn't ask for all of that. Like, I asked for a simple question, like, you ain't even had to do all that for real. But it's like it just made her feel good. And I can remember, like, her having to catch rides, like, with my mama. We would go, like, to, I think it's called, no, not PTO. Was it PTO? Or it was something like at the school, like the first beginning of the school years where you would go and meet your teachers and things like that. She would catch rides with us to go and meet the teachers and stuff like that. And like any class that me and this cousin would have together, this particular auntie would go in there and she would be saying stuff like, oh, you're not going to have to worry about my baby. She's very quiet, this, that, and the third, da, 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 da. But this one right here, she would like have her hand like over my head. She was like, this one right here, she talks a lot and blah, 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 little stuff like that. Just basically let them know that the teacher ain't going to have no problem out of her daughter, but I may be a problem. Like little stuff like that. Like I remember this shit. Like I ain't stupid, bro. Like folks were always on my ass. People have always tried to humble me. Always. People have always tried to humble me. And it had nothing to do with nothing else. It's just because it was me. It was me. And that's why people did stuff, because it was me. Like, because it was me. And then as I go on, like in my years of dealing like with my peers, like classmates and things like that, cracking jokes on me about my weight and just kind of like being an outcast. Like I wasn't a bad looking female. I was just fat, but I could tell like a difference in the way that I was treated versus everybody else. Like I could just feel that I was different. I could feel that I was being treated differently by these people. I could feel it. I don't know. I can feel it. And then fast forward in my life when like this particular situation with a friend and another family member, like I would tell this family member, like, this person did this to me and it hurt me. Now I know I still continue to entertain this friend and hang around this friend, but that's because I was in a vulnerable stage of my life. I didn't really even know what was going on. I didn't understand like why I was so drawn to her, why I could not, let the friendship go, why I could not just walk away from it. I didn't understand what I know now back then. I didn't understand what was going on. But I remember telling this particular family member, about this, and instead of like this family member like being on my side, not saying that because I got an issue with somebody else that somebody close to me has to have an issue with that person, because we all grown. We can all be cordial. I could be cordial with someone that might not like a certain person, but, I'm still that person's friend because me and that person don't have this person in common. If it makes sense. But I always felt like it was strange because like this person is like a close family member and I'm just like, she had nothing for me. Like no kind of remorse, no kind of understanding for what was going on. If anything, she made me feel like you don't know what you're talking about and that it don't matter because you're just gonna be her friend. Like I even caught like this particular family member like having side conversations with this person. Like this person is calling her, and I'm just like, damn. Like, this is what we doing, and I'm telling you, like, this person is doing this to me. I'm telling you, like, this person is getting down on me like this, and you don't have like no kind of nothing for the situation. If anything, it's like you gravitated more to this person, like you got even more closer with them. And then I realized like it ain't got nothing to do with nothing. It's just because it's me. It's because this person, I don't know. It's kind of hard situation for me to talk about because don't nobody want to be a outcast of their family. Nobody wants to feel like a family member feels a certain type of way about them. Like, at least I don't, because I feel like family is supposed to love each other, you know, but unfortunately, that's only in a perfect world, you know, but this is real life. But I mean, I don't doubt that this person loves me because I know this person does, but I know this person is human, just like I'm human. But I know what I know, and I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. But yeah, if anything, it's like this person got closer with this particular person. I'm just, and it left me confused because I'm just like, damn, if it was me, I would never. Like, if it was me and you telling me like this person has been getting down on you like this, it's like, whoa. Like, this person come around, I'm stiff, like cold shoulder, you know, tight stuff. And to this day, I'm like that. If I'm with you and you my friend or something like that, if you tell me a person don't like you, nothing in me is going to make me want to go be friends with that person. Like, at all. In no world. In no kind of way. Like, if that person came up to me and tried to talk to me, and if we ain't already got some kind of friendship or something coming through, I'm side-eyeing you because what's good? Like, why you trying to talk to me? And I know you getting down on my friend like this, or I know you getting down on my family member like this. Like, we ain't got nothing to talk about type stuff. That's how I am. But unfortunately, like, that kind of energy has never been returned to me in no kind of situation of my life ever. And unfortunately, it's because it's me. I hate to be like this or say it like this or try to sound like or sound cocky or anything, but a lot of things that have happened to me is because it's me. Because they can see something on me that I can't see. But certain things are starting to be revealed to me about my life and who I am and my identity in Christ. And so it's kind of like making sense. But at the same time, it still doesn't feel well. Like, it still don't feel good because I'm just like, these are people that I grew up with. Like, we supposed to be here, you know, type stuff. These are people like I went through all through high school and stuff with, and we supposed to be here. But instead, I prayed a prayer and I was like, Lord, show me how people really feel about me. And oh, baby. Like, that joint made me scratch my head because it's crazy. It's wild. A lot of the stuff that's being revealed to me now is just is unbelievable. I will say. But all my life, people have tried to humble me, and it's because it's me. It's me. People are committed to misunderstanding me, and so that's why I don't try to explain myself no more. And like, these people don't even realize that they're doing this because it's a spirit, which is why I don't take things like personally, but at the same time, I take it personal enough to know what I'm supposed to do in this situation and to, you know, protect my energy when it comes down to it. Because a lot of these people, they do this stuff and they don't even realize, like, for real, what they're doing. You know, but the way I am and the things I've gone through in this lifetime, everything is spiritual. Everything is spiritual. And so I can peep this stuff and I can see it. Whereas this person might not feel like it's no big deal. It's a big deal to me because it's spiritual. And like, I'm hyper vigilant of certain situations. But I'm realizing like a lot of stuff happens because it's me. All my life, I have been humbled. I've been humbled by people. I've been humbled by people that I, you know, call friends. Like I said, family members, romantic relationships. Like, don't even get me started on that. Like, every dude that I done talked to done tried to humble me in some kind of way. And I always feel like that was strange as hell because, bro, I'm with you because I love you. And you trying to humble me? Like, why the hell you jealous of me? We're not even the same sex. I'm a female and you are a male. What is it about me that has you jealous? Like, is you cool? You know, but this stuff, it just really gets deep, y'all. All my life, people have tried to humble me, and it's making sense now. It's making sense. It still hurts, but it's making sense now. It's making a lot of sense now. It's like I'm waking up to myself. I'm waking up to myself, y'all. And I'm trying to process everything that's going on around me. And it just hurting the hell out of me, y'all. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this stuff that's being revealed to me, it's hurting me. It hurts. But I guess, well, it's a part of the process because everything must go. The heights that the Lord is about to take me, I can't play around. I can't have certain things around me. Like, I can't turn a blind eye to things no more. Like, I'm one of the ones now. I'm one of the ones. I'm chosen. And I mean this in the most humblest way that I can mean it. And that's the thing. People have always tried to humble me my entire life, but I have always been super humble. Like, I don't even pop it for real, for real. Like, I don't pop it at all. Because I understand, like, a lot of times I don't pop it because I'm just like, there is people in this world that may not have, like, what person even think like this? Like, even with friends, like, just being honest, if I know I got a friend that's like going through like a tough time in their life, I won't like come around and speak of certain things because I'm just like, I don't want this particular friend to feel this type of way. So like, I'll like not speak of certain things, you know, not saying I look at my friend or anybody around me as, you know, beneath me, but that's just how my heart is set up. I've always been a very humble person. You'll never really see me bragging or hear me bragging because that's just not something that I like to do. I'm very humble, but at the same time, my entire life, people have always tried to humble me. Like, how does that work? How do you try to humble the humble? But yeah. That's the end of this video. I know it's real long, but I really had to get this out because I feel like I've been sitting on this for way too long. So I'm glad that I got it out. I'm glad I got it out. All right, so bye, y'all. I will see y'all in the next video.